In this MaxTow Gauges installation video, we'll be showing you how to install a MaxTow Diesel 60 PSI Boost Gauge into your new body style 2007 to 2013 Duramax. When you're ready, grab your tools and we'll meet you in the garage. For the purpose of this install, we'll be using a new body style 2007 Duramax 6.6 liter with an LMN engine to install our gauge. For safety, disconnect the negative battery terminal before starting any work on the vehicle. Remove the air intake to gain access to the intake manifold. To prevent any metal shavings from falling into the engine, we'll be removing a portion of the intake manifold to install the boost line fitting. Once the intake manifold has been removed, mark the location for drilling with a punch. Starting with a small drill bit, drill a hole in the manifold, increasing the bit size until a size R is reached. Use a 1/8-27 NPT tap to thread the hole. Clean up any metal shavings that may have fallen into the manifold. Insert the boost sensor into the manifold and tighten using a 22mm wrench. Reinstall the intake manifold onto the engine. Reinstall the air intake. Connect the sensor wire harness to the sensor and run the opposite end to the driver's side firewall, keeping clear of any moving parts. Feed the harness wire through an open grommet in the firewall. If there are no open grommets, carefully make a hole in an existing grommet and feed the wires into the cabin. For this installation, we'll be installing our gauge in a single swivel pod that'll be placed on the steering column. The single swivel pod can be purchased through our website. To mount the pod, clean the mounting surface with an alcohol prep pad. Place the round adhesive onto the bottom of the pod and press the pod onto the steering column. Remove any dash panels necessary to run the sensor harness wire and power harness wires to the pod location. Feed the power harness wires through the pod and under the dash. Route the sensor harness wire through the dash and into the pod. Place the rubber sleeve from the pod onto the gauge. Plug the harnesses into the back of the gauge and insert the gauge into the pod. Depending on your chosen gauge location, you may need to extend the power wires to reach the fuse box inside the engine compartment. Do this by connecting extra wire to the corresponding colors on the power harness using wire connectors. Then, feed the opposite end of the wires into the engine bay and to the fuse box. For this installation, we'll be powering the gauges using mini expandable circuits, which can also be purchased through our website. Locate a fuse that receives constant 12-volt power. Connect the red wire from the gauge pod to the expandable circuit using the wire connector on the circuit. Remove the fuse and place it into the first expandable circuit, and place the circuit into the fuse location. Locate a fuse that receives 12-volt power when the ignition is turned on. Connect the white wire from the gauge pod to the expandable circuit using the wire connector on the circuit. Remove the fuse and place it into the second expandable circuit, and place the circuit into the fuse location. Locate a fuse that receives 12-volt power when the headlights are turned on. Connect the orange wire from the gauge pod to the expandable circuit using the wire connector on the circuit. Remove the fuse and place it into the third expandable circuit, and place the circuit into the fuse location. Attach a ring terminal to the black power harness wire and connect it to a clean, reliable grounding source under the dash. Reinstall any dash panels that were removed. Reconnect the negative terminal on the battery and verify that all wiring is correct. Power your gauge to ensure that everything is working properly by starting the vehicle. You've now successfully installed your MaxTow 60 PSI Boost Gauge into your truck. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, please contact us at 1-877-7-MaxTow, and we'll see you on the road.